Hello, hello. I am going to do what's called a Cheetah hack or highlight and contour application today by putting all the makeup on and then blending it. And then I'm also going to try the Fixate setting spray. And what I'm going to do is put all the dots on, squirt, and then blend it with the brush. Okay, so let's try it out. I am going to do my concealer shade first. This is again a darker shade that I match you to. For any redness, it doesn't need to be your under eye. It can be sunspots, it can be near your nose, wherever you have blemishes or things you want to cover. Freckles are beautiful, but some people like to cover them. And I can help you find the right shade to do that, okay? So I'm going to do my concealing around my chin, nose, and under eye, okay? Now I'm gonna go into my contour. I'm using Astoria today. You can do like dots, you can do like a line if you're doing it with your hand. It doesn't really matter. You can go up to 3/4 the way down on your forehead. Then you're gonna find those cheekbones and you're gonna hug right there and go to the end of your eye. Okay, other side. We're having a super warm day. I know it's not like that for most of you. We're having an 80s degree day. It is warm outside. So I do either side, and then I like to go across in the middle for that like ski slope nose, but you don't have to do that. And I have a bunch of ways you can do your nose depending on what kind of nose you have. And I'm gonna go on my jawline there and we'll blend all that out. If you are have the kind of chin that juts out right here, you can just do the sides. You don't have to go all the way around if you don't want to. Okay, so that's the contour. Now we have main shade. We're gonna go right in the middle like that. And then just right there in the center. And then anywhere I don't have product. If you do it this way, you will use a little bit more because your finger isn't predictable of how much it picks up. But some people find this way just much easier. Or they actually will use less because they're so used to layering. So it's a good way to do it if you're used to layering and you're trying not to layer. You can do it like this. Just be careful how much you're picking up. And you can choose if you want to overlap a little bit of the, your all over shade with what you concealed, okay? So that's all of the main color. Now I'm going to do lip and cheek. I have sandstone here. It's about the same color as my shirt. It's like a rosy rush shade. And then we're gonna put that right here. I'm gonna wait for bronzer, okay? So let's try to squirt. So here is the Fixate setting spray. Okay. I'm gonna let it I've probably been good with just one squirt. Mine was like half a squirt, so I did like 1.5 squirts. But I think it'd be good with fine with one. Okay, so let's blend. I usually go light to dark. Okay, I'm just gonna tap on the nose. Make sure that contour is blended. And then we're gonna even that middle up to the forehead. Get into my baby hairs there. We're all human. Sometimes you forget to blend something. It's not a big deal. You just do it later. So sometimes if I do this with you and then I look in the mirror, it's like, Oh, that spot needs to be a little more blended. That's fine. The creams are so forgiving and they blend great. And then you can always add a little bit more if there's something missing. Okay. And then I will go back in. Again, you can add the bronzer however you like, but I'm gonna add bronzer after the fact. I probably could use a new tin of the bronzer, or I need to melt it. Get that glow, add a little on my neck. And I'm gonna add this eyeshadow drift like an illuminator. On my eyes. You could use a bronzer for your eyes. You could use your lip and cheek as eyes. You can use eyeshadow. You could do a whole look. Okay. And then I'm gonna add my favorite, which is the Lash Leather mascara. And I also just got our one of our eyelash curlers. So I will show that. We have one made for bigger eyes and one made for smaller eyes. So it'll tell you on the website which one's better depending on your eyes, okay? Again, the Lash Leather is my favorite. It's a tubing mascara. It has absolutely no transfer. It like dries super quickly, which I love, but it's easy to remove, which I love. Okay, so that's the Lash Leather. And then here is one of our eyelash curlers. I'm gonna open it up here. It came with an extra one of those things in there. It just fell on the floor. Okay, so let's try it out. You're just gonna hold it for a few seconds or however long is comfortable to you. Sometimes these really bother me, so I was a little hesitant, but actually I like it and it doesn't bother me at all. So I really like that one, and it is the Half Moon Lash Curler. Okay, so what did we think? What questions do you have? Let me know below.